Welcome back to Point Blank. Joining me, as always, are Corinna and Claire, and we have some big news to talk about, so we're going to jump right into it. At last week's Astroworld Festival, we witnessed a devastating crowd surge, leaving at least 8 dead and dozens more injured. A large crowd began pushing towards the front of the stage during a performance by rapper Travis Scott, and everything went downhill from there. Did you guys see the events that happened in Astroworld?
A little bit. We also talked about it because I'm in event management classes, so we talked about as an event what they could have done to like prevent it or like make it better. But what was most shocking to me is that supposedly people were like going, I don't know if this part is true. I know people were trying to get onto the stage. I heard that some people like got onto the stage and said to the camera people like someone's dead, like stop the show, and they didn't.
I saw videos of that where they were like climbing the ladder and they were like, people are dying.
Like
Stop
to the
show.
camera people who could have talked to the producers. Like the camera people are hooked up to the producers who are hooked up to like the higher event people who can stop the show, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So that's what's most unsettling to me about it.
I've been to a lot of concerts, specifically music festivals with rappers, and I've always shied away from Travis Scott because his concerts are very rowdy. And let me tell you, he is very insensitive.
Yeah.
Not even by this and how he's reacted to it, but he had one concert, this fan like touched his shoe, and he was like, the crowd like get on him, like beat him up or something like that over a shoe, and he just touched it, like nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he has a very sadistic fan base. A lot of people were comparing his Astroworld concert to hell, and how at the beginning he apparently said like, we're gonna die tonight, but he didn't say it like
That's creepy.
And I know a lot of people who went that like I was talking to them about it, and they're like, it was actually horrific. Like,
Oh my
Even his
gosh.
stage was shaped like an upside down cross going into like hell and like the fire that came out. But I could not, like, when I read the article, okay, 8 people are dead, and it said like hundreds of people were injured just because people just kept pushing forward, and then people would fall and they would just step on them and just not like even look down and see like, oh, that's a person.
yeah.
Like, there were dead bodies that people were stepping over, and once they finally realized, they were screaming to the people, like you said, like, people are dying, there's people that are dead, and Travis Scott was like, let's rage.
Yeah,
Like, you know he could hear it, because when you look at the videos, like, you can clearly hear
And
it.
he was like, he stopped for a second, and he was like listening for a bit, but then he kept going, and apparently someone from management told him like paused for a second. He was like, who told me to stop?
Yeah.
And I know you like Kylie. Stormy was there. Which
Stormy was there.
She was adorable. Like, okay, I know this is like shifting away from the main point, but she was like waving to paparazzi, like
Yeah.
peace signs and everything. But I don't believe that they didn't know it was going on, because she filmed a video and there was an ambulance at the corner, and as soon as like news was coming
Yeah.
out saying like 8 people, and apparently there's still like there might be more people because they're dying in the
'cause-
hospitals. And she deleted it as soon as like they found out. So
Interesting.
it's looking very bad for them. I know he's getting sued. Apparently Drake is getting sued. Not quite sure why. I
With-
just know like the crowd got rowdier when Drake like came onto the stage. So
Oh.
they're blaming Drake as well. He's refunding everyone who went to the concert, so that we're thinking $360 for general admission, and then VIP was like $700.
Yeah.
And he's
Wow.
refunding every single one of them and paying for the people's funerals and some of their medical bills.
He also, or the concert was supposed to sell, I think, like 30 to 40,000 tickets, and they oversold it to like 50,000, which is 10,000 more people than that should have been there.
Ridiculous.
And it's not like it was like a concert with seats. It was you buy a ticket and you just go.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, so everyone was probably rushing to the stage. 10,000 more people than it should have been. Like, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah. And again, like I go to festivals and I'm usually in the I'm never in the back because, you know, I'm short, but I always make sure I'm in the front. But if someone's passing out behind me, like I make sure to get security's attention.
Yeah.
They can hear you. They bring out water. It's obvious that their security, their management, they were not prepared
Yeah.
because they barely like knew what they were doing. Apparently there was an ICU nurse in the crowd and she was doing more than the paramedics.
Yeah, and
Wow.
apparently some of the security was quitting like on the spot
Yeah.
at the concert just because of how
Ridiculous.
crazy it was. But I don't know. I think the whole entire situation is just insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
And now he did cancel the rest of the Astroworld Festival, which I would be shocked if he didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he can recover from that, just
Yeah.
because he was so insensitive on the stage, and now people are dead because of his concert.
Did you see his apology video?
I watched some of it.
I
but
had to skip through it. It was so insincere. Like
yeah,
he wasn't even paying. I mean, I understand, and a lot of people were comparing this incident to Ariana Grande in Manchester. Although people died at both, Ariana was very sincere.
Yeah.
Like when she posted it, I feel like yes, you can save a video and like voice your emotions, but sometimes writing, which she did,
Yep.
is better. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And also those two events, like there was a bombing at her
Exactly.
concert.
Like she didn't instigate
she
any
didn't-
kind of
exactly.
activity that would have led
Yeah.
to that. It
Exactly.
And
the person
yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he is working with the families, like you said, like paying for funerals, hospital bills, giving everybody a refund. But I still think like it could have been avoided
Mm-hmm.
if he or his production team or security were to have done so much more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really sad. I feel
Yeah.
so bad for everybody involved, and obviously for those who lost their lives, it's really upsetting. But I mean, on to something a little bit brighter, but still kind of upsetting. Marvel's newest movie, Eternals, just hit theaters and scored the 4th biggest opening of the year. But Marvel will not be airing the film in multiple different countries because there are multiple scenes that show homosexual relationships. The countries asked Marvel to remove them, but they refused. So this is something that I saw it like a bit last week and like coming this week. And then today I was like reading articles about it. There are multiple different countries. I know Saudi Arabia is one of them, where they contacted Marvel and they said, you need to remove these scenes from the movie in order for it to play in our country. And it's just like a homosexual relationship. And Marvel was like, no, we're not going to do that. So now the movie can't be shown in Saudi Arabia, but Marvel kind of stuck their ground and said, we need to be like diverse and representative of everybody. And just because your country doesn't value that doesn't mean we're going to take it out just so you could show it in your country. So I'm honestly like really impressed with what Marvel did, and it's a really good thing that they did that.
Yeah.
It is just really upsetting that there are still countries out there like that do completely ban movies and other things like that just because there is a homosexual person on the screen.
Yeah, it's just like, how can that even still exist?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
in my mind,
disgusting,
I'm like,
honestly.
there's no way that really exists. But like, this is an example of how.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like with Marvel, like to show, okay, viewership, money, like isn't more important than like human rights and people being represented and people feeling like, you know, like it's not just like that one gay character
Yeah.
in a movie.
Yeah.
Like that, we need to like start growing from that, and for Marvel to say like, we don't need your viewership
Yeah.
because this is more important is like really powerful.
Yeah.
Especially that's like a huge thing,
Yeah.
and like that'll also mean so much more to the people who it like touches. You
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
I agree.
I feel like Marvel, they should have definitely stood their ground, which they did. But I feel like in certain countries, we literally take one step forward and 2 steps backwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, will we ever be able to actually watch this?
Mm-hmm.
I get it, you can censorship whatever you want, but there's still going to be people who find ways to view it
Yeah.
in whatever form. Shoot, they might come here and watch it. It's just like really upsetting. Like,
It is.
I'm really proud of Marvel for making that movie because, you know, when you think of Marvel, you think of like little boys, like, and like a lot of, it's like, that's something that needs to be said. So I'm
Mhm.
really proud of them for doing that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And Angelina Jolie is one of the leads in the movie, and she made a statement about it, just saying how she is really proud of what Marvel did in this situation, and she's proud to be part of a movie that does have that representation and who isn't afraid to show that representation. So I thought that was really cool. I also love Angelina Jolie. The whole cast is really cool, like Salma Hayek, and there's just a bunch of like all-stars in this movie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I also love Marvel, and I'm really glad that they were able to do this. I'm just like upset that there are people who aren't going to be able to watch a movie because of that.
Yeah. It's just a really depressing reminder
Yeah.
of like, well, we're not there yet, and
Yeah.
we're pretty far from it,
We're
unfortunately.
getting
Yeah.
there, but JK, we're not there. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I feel like there's so much like weight on our shoulders now from these discussions.
Yeah.
So our next segment will be
Well, yeah.
better.
Well, yeah.
After Hot Topics, we were going into our usual conversation about Dancing with the Stars, But first, let's hear about relationship troubles in Hollywood.
Good evening and welcome back to Hot Topics. I'm Danielle and I'm joined by my lovely co-host Gab. So let's dive into this week's Hot Topics. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but now it's confirmed that our favorite OBX couple, Chase Stokes and Madeline Klein, are officially broken up. Gab, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, last time we talked about this, my main concern was how is the acting going to be? The reason they played the role so well is obviously one, they're great actors, but two,
Right.
they were a real couple that were genuinely in love. So it made the story really come to life. So now I'm curious if they're really broken up. I mean, if it was me, I would think it's a little bit awkward. Like, how is that going to
Affect the show a little bit. I know it hasn't been confirmed that they're doing a season 3 yet, but I'm almost positive with the ratings and everything from season 2 that they will get picked up for season 3. So I'm like, I know the dynamic might be off with John B and Sarah since they're no longer a couple anymore. So I'm interested to see that, but neither one of them has come out with a statement. I just have seen it on E! News confirmed that they're no longer together.
I wonder if they haven't come out with a statement because A, it's really no one else's business. I mean, when you are living life in the spotlight like that, some people do feel like you have to kind of give an explanation to your fans, but it's also probably hard for them because B, people only see them as John B and Sarah. Like,
Yeah.
there's obviously real things that go on behind the scenes. It's their real life relationship. So I'm wondering if they're gonna say anything or make a statement at all.
I saw something on TikTok where there was like one of those anonymous like emails, like sources confirmed that they are gonna make a statement at some point because Chase obviously made it official on his Instagram when they came out as a couple. So I'm hoping that, I don't know, to kind of give fans that were rooting for them like some kind of closure about what happened. But now Madeline's been linked to Ross Butler and they were seen together on Halloween.
I saw that.
So I wonder what's going on there.
Maybe the reason that they haven't said anything could be maybe it's still so fresh, like before they feel like they could tell other people, they need to kind of come to terms with it themselves.
Right.
But I saw that, I wonder, like, maybe that's the reason that they broke up, because what if she had some other love interest?
I know. And
they don't wanna
now
spill
I
the
saw
tea.
today that Chase was linked to someone else. I don't know who. I didn't like click on the article, but I'm like, wow, they're moving on kind of fast.
No,
They
it's
seem
gonna
like they
be
were so in
awkward.
love.
I know. I mean, I really like them, and their acting, because they were a real couple, was phenomenal.
I know.
Phenomenal. So I'm actually nervous to see, because the way season 2 ended, there has to be a season 3. But I wonder if, like, in their contract, they're going to be like, well, no more kissing scenes. John B and Sarah have to break up. Like, I wonder what it's going to be like now.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of couples that are on like long-running TV shows like that. So I'm interested to see.
I'm interested too. Well, speaking of couples, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian have been seen numerous times together in New York City, holding hands on a roller coaster and then spotted cozying up at a private rooftop dinner. What do you think? Do you think these two are an item?
I mean, I think they're definitely hooking up.
Really?
I don't think that they're anything like super serious. I don't think it will turn into anything serious, but I think that it's a good rebound for Kim. Just
Really?
because Kanye was so like monotone, serious all the time, wasn't really joking around and funny. And Pete sounds like such a lighthearted, like fun guy. He's on SNL and he just seems really fun. So I think it might just be a little like fling, something
Fling.
to get her mind off the divorce, you know?
Well, why not for the divorce? One thing, that place where they had dinner in Staten Island, where I'm from, the restaurant's 5 minutes down, and all my friends saying like there's security, cops, so I just thought it was really cool. And if she does end up dating Pete Davidson, I wonder if she'd be in Staten Island, which would be super cool for me. B, I don't know how I feel if they were to be a couple, because a main reason why Kim and Kanye's marriage failed was because Kanye has a lot of mental health issues that ended up leaking into the relationship, which led it to fail. And Pete Davidson has also mental health issues. He is diagnosed with, I believe, borderline personality disorder, and he also has substance abuse issues. And obviously Kim is a mother of 4 children, and she recently got divorced. I feel like if that's who he is, why would she put herself in the same sort of situation? Like, it's one thing if you have fun with someone, you enjoy who you
Yeah.
are around them, But if you know that they have these sort of issues, which your ex-husband had, why would you do that to yourself and your kids? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know, I agree with you. I feel like women always go for guys that kind of are like mentally unstable a little bit. Like there's some attraction to that. Like Ariana Grande dated him and she dated Mac Miller, and obviously we all know that he suffered with mental health. So I don't know what it is about those types of guys that attract the girls, but that's why I think that it's not going to be anything serious for Kim. I don't think she's going to want that type of guy being around her kids and being a role model for them. But I think she's just having a little bit of fun and, you know, getting back into the dating scene.
And with the new engagement with Courtney and Travis Barker, maybe that's sparking a little bit of like, oh, I want something fun with Kim, especially like MGK and Megan Fox. Like,
Yes.
they're kind of becoming a friend group. So Courtney's maybe trying to get herself in there. And we also, I mean, Kim, we also know Kim loves the spotlight. So
She
you know,
does.
the second Courtney gets attention,
I
she's like,
know.
you know what? I want some too.
Exactly. Maybe she's just doing this for some clout or something like that.
But you know what? They were seen holding hands. I mean, you don't casually hold hands with a friend. I mean, I don't really know. Maybe she's trying to keep it on the DL right now. But
Yeah.
I feel like it could be just a friendship. I don't know.
I don't know. When I saw them holding hands, I was like, this is definitely, they're just like scared, they're holding hands. Like I would do that with a friend. But then when I heard that they were kissing on the rooftop, I was like, okay, this is something a little more serious. And I honestly wasn't that happy about it, but that's just me.
A video I saw on TikTok of Pete and Kim getting off of the roller coaster. Kim was like putting a hood up like quickly after the roller coaster.
Oh,
like,
I
got
didn't see
unlocked.
that.
So I think maybe she was hiding. I mean, she has to live her life in the spotlight, but was she hiding because she's A, embarrassed, she doesn't want people to see her, or B, she doesn't want people to see her with Pete Davidson and get caught
Yeah.
before she could like announce
That's
anything.
true.
I mean, I don't know. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes. But speaking of couples, Michelle's season of The Bachelorette is underway, and even though some of the guys are creating some issues, she seems to be holding herself extremely well. I don't personally watch The Bachelor, but I know that you do. So what are your thoughts about this and the drama?
So I personally believe that Michelle has been holding herself so well as the second black bachelorette. A lot of the issues that come up are around race or things like that, and she always addresses it in a professional manner. And that is also because she's a teacher, but she's always so kind and well thought out. What happened on last week's episode was there's this contestant named Joe Coleman who she previously DM'd when they were younger. and
That's
he-
so funny to me.
Right? And he ghosted her. They're both from Missouri and they both play basketball. So I think she kind of, I don't know, maybe she just wanted a little fling, but he ended up ghosting her. And when she saw him walk out of the limo, she was like, wait, is your last name Coleman? And he kind of just started walking away, like, I don't
Like
know,
shoot
find
her
out-
off
yeah,
a little
like,
bit?
Like wanted her to come in
Maybe.
and find out.
Yeah.
But there's this other contestant, Jamie, that ended up getting kicked off because he started this rumor that everyone's saying Michelle knows Joe before. If we're all coming here, we should all be on a clean slate. Everyone should start off the same, saying Michelle, people don't think it's fair. They want Joe out. Making up these rumors that
But no one else
it-
was saying that. It was just him.
it was just him. She pulled him to the side, evidently kicked him off for the season. But the way that she just holds herself and like attacks issues face on is so admirable. I really, really love her.
Yeah, I definitely want to start watching it because I know bachelorettes in the past have been very like how they deal with issues that arise in the house
Like
with the
Claire.
men, is a little too much. So the fact that she's holding herself really well and being humble and respectful is really like admirable about that.
I love her so much. I wasn't after seeing Katie, I wasn't really that big of a fan of her season, so I was a little like uneasy about how Michelle's season was. Since this is also the first time they've done Bachelorette back to back, so I was like,
Right.
I kind of want to see the guys. You know, I love the girl drama, but seeing her and her personality, like it makes me want to tune in every single week because I really, really like her.
Yeah, and I really want to see where the relationship with her and Joe goes because I think that's so cute that they like knew each other kind of before and he like ghosted her, but
I
now he's
know.
fighting for
I
her.
know,
So
he's so cute and he's so shy. Like on the show, like he doesn't really make himself like known in the room. Like, but when like behind closed doors when they have their little dates, they're like the way that they just get along and their chemistry is so cute. And I kind of like that. Like he's shy, but when he's with her, like he opens up a little more, and I think he is so freaking handsome.
Do you think that intimidates the other men though, that she knew him before and they kind of already had like an attraction or connection?
I mean, maybe it's like a little uneasy knowing like, oh, she's obviously attracted to him. Like it's probably not a good feeling to know that a girl that you're dating slid into someone's DMs. You're like, oh, that, and he's there.
Yeah.
But Joe, like I said, he doesn't really make himself known. He's so quiet that I don't really think they see it as a problem. Like when that whole thing was going on with Jamie, he never even addressed it. I don't even think he knew what was going on. He was just like I'm here for Michelle. Like that's
Right.
it. I don't
Yeah.
know, I really like him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, it's on every single Tuesday, so you should watch starting next Tuesday.
I will, for sure.
Well, that's all we have for this week's Hot Topics. Let's head back over to entertainment to hear about which couples made it through the semifinals of Dancing with the Stars.
Thanks, guys. And okay, before we get into Dance with the Stars, I want to talk a little bit about Kim and Pete.
Okay.
I stan them as a couple. I know they're not a couple yet, and I know they probably won't be a couple.
I'm sorry.
They probably like nothing will ever come of it because now Kanye's like, well, we're still married, and she's still my whatever. He's doing his own thing, but I think I love Pete Davidson. I love Kim Kardashian. They're just like that's such a fun couple. What did you guys think of that?
Crickets. I'll let you go first.
I don't know. I mean, I don't.
I wouldn't predict it. I'm like, oh, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wait, this is fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, okay, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm kind of with her on that. It's
Yeah.
kind of when I think of Pete Davidson, I think of Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
and now Kim Kardashian, maybe. I'm a little confused.
it just seems very different.
It is really different, but I just think
I
it's,
mean, like you love who you love. If they're happy, yeah, go for them.
well,
like,
these are two of your favorite people.
yeah.
and Kim Kardashian, like her whole entire, however long she was with Kanye, Kanye is not the most like fun person. So this is a very big change for her.
That's true. Like maybe a little bit lifting spirits,
Yeah.
finding herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, good for her if it like makes her feel good and everything. I just really didn't see it coming.
It was
Yeah.
And I don't think I still processed it. I'm kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
Wait.
Me too.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I stand them together, so hopefully we can get something coming.
Yeah.
Last night was Janet Jackson night on Dancing with the Stars, and it ended with a double elimination, sending Olivia Jade and Jimmy Allen home. The 6 remaining stars are JoJo Siwa, Cody Rigsby, Amanda Klutz, Iman Shumpert, Suni Lee, and Melora Hardin.
so what was this?
That was just me cheering for Cody. You know, I'm so proud of him. Got his
I
first
love
tens.
the spirit.
He got his first tens of the season.
That was impressive.
I thought his dance. I was so mad he didn't get 4 tens,
Yeah.
especially the critiques that Derek and Bruno gave him. I'm like, oh, they're gonna give him 10s.
Derek was kind
No.
of strict in this episode. Like I don't know
He
why.
was.
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember who he's like. I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
This is really embarrassing, but I just found out that Jimmy Allen was a country singer.
What did you think he was?
I just didn't think he was country.
Mm.
I was very confused. But I mean, good for him. but,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah. I kind of thought he would be going home this week. I thought he was a good dancer, but I think it was his time. I was a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
shocked by Olivia, especially because she was like the bottom. Like they eliminated her right away. I was thinking it was going to be Suni or Iman or something like that.
Suni, I would say this was her best performance.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you know, I've talked so much smack about her, but I mean, every episode you should be getting better and better. And she's been like, oh, okay. This episode was like her
Yeah.
breakthrough. So I'm really proud of her for that. And we kind of got a look onto like behind the scenes. Like she's obviously Olympics, a lot of mental health stuff.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know she threw up on one of the episodes.
Yeah, last week.
So I was like, I kind of value like them showing that because then
Yeah.
I kind of think of them differently.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of the behind the scenes, did you see Amanda and Alan's like little fight that they had?
that was kind of funny.
She was like cursing at him. He was like, well, why don't you do, I think she like went to do a step and he goes, what is it? And she like did it. She goes, it's this. He goes, so then do that.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh
like,
God.
There's a lot of
like
sass
it was
through the
it was very
episode.
sassy.
There was.
And like in their like little like confessional things they did, they were like, sometimes we butt heads. Like they didn't seem like I can't work with him anymore. Like it wasn't anything like that. But they were like yelling at each other, and I was like, I've seen people fight, but I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen this much of like aggressive anger about
Yeah.
it.
And Melora and
Melora, yeah.
Artem got in a fight too.
Yeah.
It was like,
It's like getting to that point where they've been with each other for so long that
Yeah.
now they're kind of getting in their heads and the competition's winding,
Down
like,
almost.
or like
Yeah.
wrapping
Getting-
up.
It gets
Yeah.
frustrating, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
I don't know, those like scenes, I was like, oh wow, like 2 fights in the episode? I was
Yeah.
like, dang.
And you never saw any tension from them beforehand, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
This
I
was
feel
the
like I
breaking
didn't
point
get any
almost.
like tension or like frustration. Like there was obviously like, I really want to win this, whatever. But it was like the soft like, I really want to take this home. And now it's like, dang it.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
aggressive.
I mean, I guess those fights worked though because Amanda and Melora both got perfect scores.
yeah.
True.
So maybe they need that little kick in the butt
Encourage
in
them.
order to kind of push and get that perfect score that they
Exactly.
need. What were your guys' favorite dances of the night?
I'm trying to think back. Well, I liked the battles.
I like the battles,
were cool,
too.
'cause
Like
then
the
they were
battles
side
were
by side,
entertaining.
too.
I think Olivia and JoJo's was very, like, I think one of the judges was like, that was a battle.
Yeah.
Like, they were very good. Like, I liked their battle. I think that was the most entertaining to watch last night, especially because I was like, oh my God, like, they both did so good. Who do I think did the best kind of thing? So I think that was my favorite part of last night's show to watch, was their battle.
I just couldn't. I don't have a favorite, honestly.
Really?
Only because the theme threw me off.
Uh huh.
I love Janet Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, may he rest in peace, and all that. But it's kind of like the way I felt for the Britney episode.
Yeah.
Like some of her songs you can't dance to, and when you think of Janet Jackson, like they even showed she's a great dancer, but like bringing it into the ballroom, I just couldn't.
It
see-
doesn't mix.
Yeah, wasn't mixing for me. But if I really had to choose, I would go with Suni Lee because she did progress with
Okay.
growth,
Okay.
and that says a lot for me.
Good
What's
for you.
yours?
Yeah. I think Amanda and Alan was
Okay.
my favorite one, because I mean, like the backstory that they had, but also their dance, just like some of like the lifts that they did, and like, I just thought it was a really good dance, and the judges said that too. They were like, this was an amazing dance.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cody's obviously.
I'm glad you didn't say that first.
Yeah, okay. We're seeing a little bit more of a
Yes,
judge
I'm
in
not,
you.
I'm keeping the bias out of it.
That's good.
Okay. JoJo's was good. I thought everybody's dance was good.
Yeah.
Some people started to fall behind, and I think that really, like Jimmy, he's kind of been in the top. But this week he fell
Quicksand.
down and got, I think he
Hit
got
him
all
fast.
8s, and
They're like,
It
this was not
sealed
your
the
best
deal.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
so that was not good for him and did not work out well.
Yeah.
Nope.
But now we're in the semifinals.
So excited.
Yeah. And we have 6 people left. I'm still rooting for Cody. Do I think he has the best odds of winning? I don't want to manifest it, but if he were not to win, I think Amanda could take it home. What do you guys think?
I could see Amanda taking it home. A lot of people that I've talked to, like just like random friends that watch the show, are like, how are they not going to let JoJo and Jenna win? Which like, that's just a matter of are these shows rigged at all kind of thing? Because in that case, like for PR, they would want JoJo and Jenna to win. But I don't know how I feel about that aspect.
I don't even think that's like I don't think they're going to get bad PR if JoJo doesn't win.
Not bad PR, but it would be good PR for the first same-sex couple to win.
Yeah.
And the
I don't know. I think it'd be
youngest-
too obvious for her to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
don't know.
thinking. I could see her winning. Like I can see it. Flash forward. Okay, running through the race, JoJo.
Yeah.
But then I feel like that would be too easy, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
yeah.
like for like Amanda example, she has a story,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see some more.
I think it
'Cause-
depends on next week.
Yeah,
Like when we
everyone's
see like,
changing.
all right, is everyone
Yeah.
gonna stick? Like even for Suni, you said like this was her moment. Is she gonna keep it, or is it gonna drop back down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and what's that gonna mean for her with like depending on fan vote, but also like her scores going into the next week.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully they do another like second like relay type dance again because I think those are really interesting and it kind of spices it up because it's not like a full dance. You only get 2 points out of it.
Yeah.
But those 2 points can make
Mean
or
a
break
lot.
your
Make or
score.
break, seriously.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, I guess we'll see what the semifinals hold, and then only 2 more weeks, I think, 2 or 3.
Yeah, weird. I feel
Exciting.
like it just started.
I
Yeah, I was
know.
like, wow.
I
That's how
know.
those shows always go.
Yesterday.
We'll have to wait till next fall.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The 2021 People's Choice Awards nominees have been announced, and voting is currently underway. Justin Bieber leads the nominations with 10, followed by the likes of Lil Nas X and Olivia Rodrigo. So I saw a little cheer from you over there. You were excited about Justin Bieber, I guess?
Yes, I used to be like okay.
You're a
I used to
believer.
be, I was a believer. I've been to literally every Justin Bieber concert, and I'm not gonna lie, almost met him, and then he got depressed. Mental health is important, and then lots of money. Anyways, he's coming to Greensboro, April 6th. Mom, that's what I want for Christmas. Meet and greet if possible. But Justin Bieber has definitely, as a fan, he's come a long way.
Yeah.
He's gone through a lot. He did drugs. He's recovered from that. I forgot what disease he has. Lyme disease, I think. He has that. You know, he's dating Haley, married.
Yeah.
I'm still,
They are married.
sorry.
In denial.
Yeah, I was like, dang it. But he's changed his music genre so many times. Like he
Yeah.
went through like a rapper phase, and then he went through like this, like inappropriate phase. I probably shouldn't have been listening to that music at the time that I was.
Maybe
and then he went
not.
to like gospel music, and now it's like alternative-y rock,
Yeah.
pop,
It's like a
R&B.
whirlwind.
It's like wow. So I definitely think he's been putting a lot of hard work in for that. But Olivia Rodrigo, like her songs, I'm not gonna say were popular, but it just seems like so long ago.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
kind of had her peak, and then it's like,
Like,
all right, we're
where's-
ready. If she's going to do more, like, we're ready for her to
Yeah,
do more.
we
Yeah.
need more for that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then you have Adele, like
Yes, the queen.
as she should.
As she
Yeah.
should.
Who else was on there? I can't really. The Migos were on there. I didn't like their other album. They're just annoying to me.
Yeah.
You guys just do ad libs. I can do that. Put me in the studio.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Make some money. It was just very dynamic. It didn't surprise me, but it was kind of
Yeah.
like, wow, this year really did wrap up fast. Because some
Yeah.
of the stuff I was like, I was listening to that in January.
Yeah. On the TV side of it,
Mm-hmm.
there was some of the shows like I was kind of shocked by, but others I
Mm-hmm.
was not. WandaVision got nominated, which I was excited about because that's one that kind of like left my memory. I was obsessed with it, and then they finished, whatever. That was like earlier in the year,
Mm-hmm.
but now I saw that I was like, oh, like it. I'm glad it's getting that recognition because it was a good show.
Yeah.
I still need to watch it.
Yeah, you do.
It's-
You got a running list.
I know. I'm really bad at doing that, but I'm going to watch it eventually.
Yeah. Anyway, and then we have like the actors. I know like Chase Stokes, Madeline Klein. They were all nominated. Competition shows. Dancing with the Stars was nominated. RuPaul's
Yeah.
Drag Race, The Voice. Like it's all good shows. Cody Brigsby was nominated for competition
Yeah.
star.
Yeah, I was like,
I
not
was
gonna-
surprised
yeah.
about that one, honestly.
So I just think that there's like a bunch of different categories, and a lot of the stuff that we talk about on here is getting nominated, which makes
Yeah.
sense because it's like the biggest stuff in the entertainment industry. But I don't know. I'm excited to see who takes everything home.
Yeah, these are always the most fun to me. Like
Yeah.
the awards and being like, all right, let's see. And especially when we talk about stuff, we're like, what's good, what's not kind of thing. Like, we've talked about Olivia Rodrigo, like how many times?
Yeah.
Like we talked about her music when it came out. We talked about like whatever. So like to see like, all right, let's see. And also if your opinions lie with it or with not, like it's just fun. So
Yeah.
I'm excited too.
And also the People's Choice Awards, the people vote. It's the People's
I
Choice.
voted before the show.
Yeah. So it's when you look at the Oscars and the Grammys, like it's all chosen by like an academy, whereas this it's completely up to the fans. So it really shows like what the people have been wanting to watch and what the people have been wanting to listen to. So I love those shows that we get to decide.
Fan
I still
driven.
love like the Oscars and the Grammys, but it's just two completely different
Yeah, fan
worlds.
driven.
Yeah.
I love it. So I mean, gonna vote for Cody obviously. Tonight
Obviously.
votes count double actually.
They did.
Yeah.
I do remember that because I tried to vote for Justin Bieber and they were like, error.
Error.
Could not do that. Request timed out. I was like, oh.
Yeah. But we have to get our votes in tonight so they can count double.
Yes.
But the People's Choice Awards premiere in December. So we still have some time to vote. And then we'll talk about that once that comes out. But I'm excited. I've been like needing another award show.
I feel like we
Yeah.
haven't had one in a while.
We haven't. I don't even remember what the Emmys, I think, was the last one.
Wasn't like virtual-ish?
I
Or
think that was last year. Yeah.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
behind.
But
The years are
We get
blending,
the drift. They
Yeah.
are, they really are.
but we need something fresh.
yeah.
Yes, we really do.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. So we can have a premiere party.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Let's do it.
That is unfortunately all the time we have for you tonight. But tune in next week, same time, same place. See you next week. Bye.